यस आजको हाम्रो यात्रा चाहिँ हाइड्रोजन एनर्जी डेमोन्स्ट्रेसन जोनको यात्रा हो र हामी छौँ यहाँ। हाम्रो अगाडि सबैभन्दा अगाडि ड्राइभर, त्यस पछाडि कोअर्डिनेटर अनि हाम्रो टिम अनि लगायत हाम्रो टोली सबै छौँ यहाँ। वान क्लिक गर्नु न,
गरिसके ल।
ओके जोन भनेको छ यसलाई। विशेष गरी के हो यो थाहा भएन, अब हेरेपछि मात्रै थाहा हुन्छ। यहाँ हाम्रो हिरा सरले मलाई चाहिँ यसो बनाइदिँदै हुनुहुन्छ। ओके प्लिज, यस हिरा सर प्लिज से अबाउट
हाई पावर हाइड्रोजन पावर कम्पनीको भिजिट गर्न आइराखेको छु।
यस हाम्रो यहाँ सुभाष दादा पनि हुनुहुन्छ, केही भन्नुहुन्छ सर प्लिज?
राम्रो छ, एकदम इन्जोइङ।
यस यहाँ पुरै यहाँ चाहिँ पानी कराए जस्तो खोला छ। के हो यो? माछा साछा पालेर चाहिँ पुरा बनाएको छ यहाँ, राम्रो बनाएर रहेछ। पानी सानी कुदाएर यहाँ हाम्रो टोली पनि छ, हाँसिरहेछ। किन हाँस्छ? यहाँ हामीलाई चाहिँ अब भन्ने रहेछ।
The total construction area for this whole zone is about 360,000 square meters. We do have Zone A, the north side, and we have another Zone B right across the street. So, without further ado, let's start with this short orientation video, just to showcase the significance of hydrogen energy industry development in China. Okay.
चाइनाको एनर्जीको बारेमा यसले देखायो। चाइनामा एनर्जी के छ भन्ने विषयमा।
It has also led to climate change, pollution, and other issues that severely threaten the future of humanity. As a result, large-scale and efficient adoption of renewable energy sources has become a global consensus for achieving sustainable human development. As the world's largest energy producer and consumer, China has always been fulfilling its role as a major power. At the 75th session of the UN General Assembly, President Xi Jinping made a solemn commitment to the world that China will adopt stronger policies and measures to achieve the dual carbon goals. Hydrogen energy is the most promising green and efficient energy carrier in the industrial raw material that provides strong support for sustainable human development. Converting renewable energy into hydrogen is the most effective means of deep decarbonization and carbon capture in the fields of transportation, industry, and construction in the future. As a green and renewable energy, hydrogen also has broad application prospects in medical, agricultural, and aerospace, among others. Since 2000, many countries and regions, including the United States, the European Union, Japan, and South Korea, have successfully released strategic plans and roadmaps for hydrogen energy development. China has also been committed to the research and development of hydrogen energy and fuel cell technology, gradually establishing a targeted approach for China's hydrogen energy development. At present, more than 50 cities have successfully introduced hydrogen energy industrial development policies. Beijing, the capital, strives to be a pioneer in the great mission of achieving carbon peaking and carbon neutrality, and spares no effort to create an industrial innovation hub characterized by regional coordination, leadership development, domestic leadership, and world-class standards. Takes the lead in building the Daxing International Hydrogen Energy Demonstration Zone for scaling the groundbreaking blueprint of hydrogen society.
Yes.
Our next stop, we will head
sorry.
to this spring
Hello.
theater with no sound effect. And we do have a very romantic name of it, so it's called The Dance of Hydrogen.
रोमान्टिक Follow me. ओके यहाँ हाम्रो हलमा लगेर हामीलाई राख्ने रहेछ यो हलमा केही देखाउने होला सायद बसेर टक्कसँगले यस हाम्रो टोली आइसकेको छ यहाँ सट्ट यस
Annual conference every year right here, and we just finished this 2 weeks of hydrogen weeks of Dashing, and we just finished the conference right last week. Okay, so in here we're gonna have another short video, and I do apologize, it's all in Mandarin but with English subtitles, and we just want to give you a very immersive experience of the hydrogen development. Okay.
我是谁？我们从哪里来？我们要到哪里去？什么是起点？什么是宇宙？什么是物质？什么是能量？什么是生命？什么是命运？什么是文明？燧人氏普罗米修斯，钻木取火，刀耕火种，柴薪、煤炭、石油、天然气、原子能、爆炸式增长。然而，物极必反，过度排放，环境污染，资源耗竭，全球变暖，人类面临挑战。能源危机、气候危机、地球危机、生物危机。我们该何去何从？什么是新能源？光伏、风能、水能、热能、核能、氢。什么是终极能源解决方案？氢、沥氢、清洁、丰富、易取、可储、安全、高效、可再生、可持续。什么是能源的新起点？什么又是未来之能？无限能源，无限生命。以氢为载体的清洁、无碳、高效的时代即将来临。
中国愿同广大成员国、国际组织和机构一道，共同推进构建人类命运共同体的伟大进程。
氢能源新起点。欢迎您登录大兴国际氢能交流中心。接下来， 让我们共同步入氢的新时代，共建氢未来。
And our next stop will be visiting 2 different exhibition rooms. And all the exhibitions were provided by the companies that has already entered this demonstration zone. So follow me, please. 2020 or 2021, and it only took 13 months to finish all the construction work of phase 1 during pandemic, which is kind of a miracle. Yeah, and all this data are like the so-called dual carbon goal, which is the dual carbon peaking and carbon neutrality objectives in China. And we're not only open to hydrogen companies, but also to public schools like middle school or elementary schools. Sorry, I do apologize again, it's all in Mandarin, but it just showcases a very brief history of hydrogen, from the discovery of hydrogen until right now. And let's wait for everybody to get in. Okay. So this is the beginning of the exhibition, and this big screen we're tracking different policies and strategies from different countries globally. So we can see like EU, how many refueling stations, how many hydrogen vehicles. And so we're trying to grasp all this updated data. 2 major industrial chains in hydrogen energy area. The first one is from the manufacturing of hydrogen and storage, transportation, and refueling. So that's the first one. The second industrial chain we're focusing on is the fuel cell engines and vehicles. Yes, let's step in, please. So as you may aware, we are color labeling hydrogen. For example, when we say gray hydrogen, we're saying that hydrogen was made by fossil fuels like coal. And when we say blue hydrogen, we're using carbon capture approaches, and like some kind of chemical byproduct hydrogen, or some hydrogen made by methanol. So those hydrogen, we're calling it blue. And when we say green hydrogen, we mean we're using the green power, green electricity like solar or wind, this kind of renewable energies to produce hydrogen, which is green one. So right now we can see those are some models for the mainstream technologies for hydrogen production. And currently there are 2 different technology. The first one is alkaline electrolyzers. The second one is PEM. They're using membrane electrolyzers. And this one is quite interesting. This model is provided by Sinopec. As you may know, there are hundreds of thousands of gasoline stations in China. And the idea in the future is that to bring in different sources of energies together, like LNG, gasoline, and electricity, and of course hydrogen. They're bringing all different types of resources together to make this like a hybrid or mixed source energy station. So that's interesting model is right here. Let's move a little bit. Yes, this one. This is the world's largest gaseous refueling stations in the whole world. And the actual station is right outside, so we'll be seeing it later on, but this is the model. So it has 8 dispensers with 16 nozzles, so it can serve like 16 vehicles at once. And the capacity of this whole refueling station is about 4.8 tons per day. So it's around like 500 to 600 different vehicles. And the reality right now is that they're providing services to almost a little bit more than 100 vehicles every day. So this is kind of the world's largest one. And during the Winter Olympic in Beijing, 2 years ago, yes, these refueling stations is providing the services to all these hydrogen buses for Winter Olympics. Okay, and currently the price for the hydrogen per kilogram is about 35 RMB, which is a little bit more than $5 per kilogram. So that's the current price. So it's still a little bit pricey, but it's very promising. So this is the refueling station, and those are the key components like the nozzles. And those are some the testing facilities, monitors, and some flow monitor. Yeah, flow meter. So the first room is all about the manufacturing, storage, transportation, and refueling. So the second room is more focusing on fuel cell engines and systems. Please step in. Okay. So let's move in a little bit. And everybody can see this. Okay, so this is the very first, not very first, but the actual engine for fuel cell engines and vehicles. And all this are the key components to that engine. So, by the way, all of these key components has already been localized in China, and they're all from different companies, and this one is provided by Beijing Sino High Tech. The reason why I'm introducing this company because this is the very first Chinese hydrogen company got listed in China, which sets the benchmark for value evaluation, market value evaluation for all hydrogen companies in China. Is for heavy trucks. Yeah, so currently the middle or longer distance transportation is more economic. So all those are like the stacks, the single cell or bipolar plate membrane, all of these are the key components to that engine. Okay, so please move in a little bit. This is also a very interesting one. We call it the kit car, but actually it's the skeleton of a vehicle. We cut the vehicle in half and flip it, show the bottom of the vehicle to you guys. So they have 3 different tanks for hydrogen storage at back, and the engine we just saw is up front. So the blue column represents the flow of hydrogen, and the red column represents the flow of electricity. So basically, they're using hydrogen to generate electricity and power the whole vehicle. Skeleton, and we will see the actual car later on in the hall. And it's provided by Hyundai. And those are some other different types of fuel cell engines. Some of them are localized in China, and some of them are joint collaboration with other international companies like Toyota or Hyundai. Only tackling on transportation, but also there are other application scenarios like this one, the hydrogen drone. So the feature for this kind of hydrogen drone is that the operation temperature will be a little bit lower than the traditional electric ones, and the duration is almost the same. And this one is also another interesting thing because the mainstream right now is still the gaseous hydrogen, but there are a lot of companies and institutes are working on exploring different forms like liquid hydrogen or solid hydrogen like this one. So it's like a metal-based solid hydrogen and stored in this little tank. So it's almost like a battery. So by changing this little tank, so it can power the bicycle or motorcycles.
Bicycle, motorcycles.
And please feel free to ask any question if you have. Okay, and please allow me to take a little bit more time to introduce more about this demonstration zone. So right now here, we're in the north area, the zone A, we're right here, and we do have another zone B right across the street. And the whole area is assigned by the Daxing government to promote the hydrogen energy industry. So this is the north. We're right here, the exchange center or the exhibition center, and the refueling station I just mentioned is right out there, and we'll be seeing it through the window later on. And the north zone or zone A is more like a R&D space. So there is a demonstration assembly line. There is a shared testing labs, and there are more like some hotels and supermarkets, convenience stores, even gym. And on the, so on the south side, there have more factory space. And that's, yes. and that they have more factory space and office space. And in here, they're building this national level testing center for fuel cell engines and vehicles. Okay, and I do apologize again, it's all in Mandarin, but I just want to emphasize that they're covering two different major industrial chains for hydrogen, from manufacturing, production of hydrogen, storage, transportation, and refueling. And on the other hand, there are a lot of companies working on the key components to fuel cell engines and systems. And they're also used into transportation industry, vessels, ships, and aviation industry as well. And there are a lot of companies working on the combined heat and power supply system for residential uses. Okay, so those are some companies that has already entered the park, and we're selecting best of the best from each sectors of the whole value chain. And those are some well-known international companies that we're working with currently. And we do look forward to working with companies from your countries in the future. Okay, and another interesting model is this one. That's the actual torch for Winter Olympic. It's powered by hydrogen. So in the past, the major use or purpose for developing hydrogen is aerospace industry is because they're using hydrogen as a fuel. So it's also powered to this torch. Okay, so if we say there are a lot of key components within these two exhibition rooms, so in the hall we're going to see a lot of more applications, scenarios. Okay, so the first one is this car. We just saw the skeleton of this vehicle, and this is the actual car, axle. So by refueling for 5 minutes, it can run around 800 to 1,000 kilometers, I believe. And they only discharge water, which is super good. So currently in China, they're using more like buses and logistic trucks, heavy trucks, tow trucks, powered by hydrogen. If you may say, I'll see outside the queue, right there, they're waiting in line for refueling. And that is the largest gaseous refueling station. And it's provided by High Power, which is a private company in China. And as you can see, there are a lot of hydrogen buses waiting in line, and there are also like cooler truck and logistic trucks outside. And by the way, here in Daxing, there are a little bit like more than 20 different logistic centers around this whole area. So the refueling station can provide services to all these logistic centers. That's why they set up this refueling station right here. And okay, yes. Just one more sentence about this one. That's the very first, ether or forklift. Yes, hydrogen forklifts. And all those are already commercialized. And all this, like bike and bicycles, like this one is very cool model. It's all powered by hydrogen. And as we can see, they're using solid hydrogen. So by changing this little tanks, they can power the
Excuse me. How much kilometers is for one bottle of hydrogen?
You mean the duration for this? I'm not sure. Maybe just the 200 kilometers for this one. I don't know the specific data, but it's still in pre-sale stage. Yeah. Transportation. And this model is for liquid hydrogen. So there are a lot of institutions are studying the for like liquid hydrogen refueling station or liquid hydrogen application scenarios or testing labs, etc. And on this side, they're all like portable batteries or power and heat combined supply systems. This is a very interesting model. It showcases a closed circle idea for some smaller scale off-grid green hydrogen project, which means they're using solar or wind power to generate green electricity, and all those green electricities, they won't go on grid. They will directly use this green electricity to generate or to produce green hydrogen. And they will use those green hydrogen directly into like chemical plant or refilling station, etc. So it's more suitable for some smaller scale project on site. And this one, and that one is a manufacturing facilities for biomass. So they're gathering this bio waste or food waste and to produce biogas first, and then they use biogas to produce hydrogen. So that's the model for biomass. And there are also some research data shows that inhaling hydrogen or drinking hydrogen water is good for your health. Personally, I'm not a believer, but I have to repeat it every time, so there are some companies working on that as well. On list, which is the most important exhibition that I want to introduce to you guys, is these two very cool modern-like bikes. It's provided by Human Intelligent Technology, and they're building this Brave Labs back in 2015, and they're designing this non-spoke or spokeless bikes for powered by hydrogen, and those are the two models.
这个是我们一种没有灵符的一个形式，这样的话，这个车它有比较多的好处，就是我们启动的时候的重心比较低，运动起来之后动态的。
Okay, so those are two, as I mentioned before, so it's like a spokeless or non-spoke bikes, and they have a lot of features. So one of them is they can lower the center of the gravity of this whole bike, so it's more safe and faster.
然后整个驱动的动力呢是用我们公司自己的那个动力模块，所以它呢完全是固态低压水箱，比较安全。
So the power for these bikes is low pressure solid hydrogen, metal-based solid hydrogen, which is quite safe.
因为是动态的，因为是低压的固态水平，所以我们会更适合于就是分布式的。
Okay, because of they're using this solid metal-based hydrogen, the good thing is that they can have distributed refueling stations or supply systems for power this.
对于咱们那种就是乡村。 相对不是密集的城市的话，那么它会更适合咱们这种应用，就是比较城镇分布化的。
So the application scenario is more suitable in village or countryside.
对于城里，对于这种密集的城市呢，我们这个因为是低压储存，所以它相对比较安全，不像锂电池的那种热失控的风险。
Yeah. Once again, the temperature is low, the pressure is low, so it's very safe. Okay, so that's basically. Yes.
How is it moving?
Brake system.
Yes, the brake system. 刹车是在这儿，对吧？
对。
Yes. 他说这个是具体怎么运行的 ？So it's just like normal bikes, but with a cooler aesthetic.
是这样，这个是通过手机的 APP， 我们的手机放在这个里，然后我们是来全靠 APP 来。
So there is an application in your cell phone, and you can put your cell phone here, and then runs the whole systems. Yeah.
这里有个手机支架。
Okay.
详细信息您可以看一下这个。
Particular application for tour on this, right? Specific application. More mobile. Future next.
这个仍然还是属于就是前期研发阶段呢，还是说已经有了这个应用的场景？
这个是属于我们的第一台样车，然后那边是后面我们这个轻量化的。
That's the first prototype, and that's the actual commercial model. Yeah. And please feel free to get more information from this station if you like. how to change?
No. Do you come with insurance? Do you come with insurance? Because what if it explodes? Because of the safety aspect.
他在提关于这个车的安全性呢，所以说就是如果买了这个还会有相应的保险嘛，就是他的理解啊，他的认知里头，氢能是比较易爆的，然后是一个相对来讲要注意安全。
因为压力低嘛，所以它的压力那个只有就是不到1兆。那么压力低这是第一个，第二个因为那个是自行车版，它的用氢量很小，我们每一罐的话只有不到50克的氢，
不到50克，
对，所以它的自然环境达不到那种爆炸极限。
Okay. So first one is because it's low temperature, it's just less 1 ampere, so it's not that explosive. That's first. Secondly, because it's a bicycle, so the amount of the hydrogen is less than 50 grams. So it's quite little. So it doesn't reach the yes.
Thank you.
ट्रान्सलेटरै भित्र बस्यो यहाँ रहेछ हल फेरि यहाँ डेमोन्स्ट्रेसन हल होला सायद यहाँ एकचोटि यता बस भन्यो भने यसले टोली यहाँ रेडी रहेछ
Good morning, distinguished guests and our friends from the different companies of the demonstration zone. Demonstration zone, please allow me to have a very brief introduction of this whole zone.
前咱们所在的北区是占地6公顷，面积呢5.4万平米，已经全面投入使用。南区呢14.8公顷，面积7万平米，已竣工使用。
So as I mentioned downstairs before, the total construction area is about 360,000 square meters, and the whole north area is about 6 hectares, and building area is about 54 square meters, and and it's already fully occupied in north area. The south part is about this.
未来将辐射带动周边。
It's kind of like a radius of 2 kilometers, and the whole area is to promote the hydrogen energy industry.
目前我介绍一下咱们整个致力于打造全球领先的氢能科技应用场景和氢能科技企业孵化示范区。
So the organizer or operator of this whole demonstration zone is Shuimu Xinchuang Technology Development Company, and it's a joint collaboration between this company and the Daxing district government, and to build up this hydrogen ecosystem platform to nurture and develop different hydrogen companies in China.
那么5月份的时候，我们所在的这个氢能交流中心，还有世界最大的加氢站落成了。那么随后呢，我们这个举办了多场国内、国际具有影响力的行业峰会，比如说首届国际氢生态年会召开，同时呢，这个示范城市群大会也顺利召开。
Okay, so this is a milestone of the development of this whole zone. As I mentioned again, the whole idea has been started back then 2020, and the unveiling ceremony was held on 2020 September, and then it took like a little bit more than 13 months to finish all the construction work. Then December 2020, they published this hydrogen 10 policy, which is the preferential policies and incentive policies for hydrogen energy development. Then the refueling station we just saw, they finished the construction of that, and they held this very first annual conference in the theater. We just saw it, and so this is basically the timeline and milestones for demonstration zone. And after that, there are numerous international events and conferences happening here. There are more international events happening here. For example, the Parallel Forum for Global Green Hydrogen Assembly, and also the third annual conference. And also, Mr. Liu mentioned the very first innovation and entrepreneurship competition was here, and also he mentioned about this one, the China Fuel Cell Vehicle Conference, and the President Wang was mentioning the effort, and he was emphasizing the significance of the hydrogen energy development in China. The very first beginning, we've already received like a little bit more than 110 times group of guests, and a little bit more than 1,000 people. And those are some of the representatives that we've been receiving in the past.
还有就是雄安的整个。
Okay, please allow me to introduce a little bit more about this Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei fuel cell vehicle demonstration city clusters. So this is the city cluster. The idea is that one core, 2 supply chain, and 4 demonstration zones. And one core is that Beijing is the center of this whole idea, and 2 supply chain is one of the hydrogen power supply chain, and the other is industrial development chain. And 4 demonstration zone, in Beijing, like Winter Olympic Special Demonstration Zone, and in Tangshan, Hebei Province is mining and heavy duty steel, and in Tianjin is Harbor Special Demonstration Zone, and in Xiong'an is Building Materials Transportation Demonstration Zone. And those are some demonstrations for specific areas. This slide is showcasing the ecosystem framework of the demonstration zone, and we're introducing hydrogen refueling stations, exhibition hall we just saw, and the whole science park. So that's basic 3. And N+N is that we're trying to build different platforms supporting the hydrogen energy industry from different aspects.
那么我们为了让这个服务更精准、高效、全面，打造了2个线上的数字平台，一个是叫围绕着这个我们科技人才服务这块打造了爱友未来社区，那么另外就是一个围绕着我们整个园区的智能。
Improve the service of the demonstration zone, we have established 2 different online smart platforms. The first one is an application, iFriend or iStation Future Community, and this is for all the staff or employee within this demonstration zone and provide services to them. And the other platform is this one, like the twin digital technology, just to showcase the whole situation and the detailed statistics of this whole demonstration.